Hello again, everyone. I'm Jim Coyle, president of the Gateway Regional Chamber of Commerce. And did you ever wonder how to create an effective short movie that showcases your business, or that new product that you've just released, or even you? Well, right now you'll find out just how to do it right here on Inside Business TV. Once again, I'm Jim Coyle, president of the Gateway Regional Chamber of Commerce, the largest chamber in the North Jersey region. And my guest today is Bielen, president and chief creative officer of Premier Media. Welcome, Kaz.
Thank you very much, Jim. Nice to be here.
Great. So Premier Media produces thousands of commercials, infomercials, and web video bios, including mine. He is also on Kaz TV, on YouTube, and on social media. So Kaz, can we ask you some questions?
Sure, that's why we're here, right?
Right, that's why we're here. So you've been in the video media industry for a while. Tell us how you got into it.
Well, I went to Rutgers for communications and journalism. So then I worked in cable industry, public access. I've done commercials, sporting events at Rutgers, at Princeton University. I went to the last football game at Princeton versus Rutgers, which is historic. So I was there for that. A lot of things like that. I've learned along the way a lot of different techniques and ways to do video and movies correctly. By movies, I mean small movies, like not anything big like theatrical, but movies about companies, about products, and about people like yourself, Jim.
Mm-hmm. So people are talking to me all the time about creating a video, about getting some video on the web to promote their business. What do they need to do that?
Well, they need a kind of idea, concept, or product, or something that they want to show to people. The biggest thing that they just need to hone in on that. But more important is they need to figure out from the customer's point of view what they want to show them, whether it's how a product works, maybe it's about their business, it's about their history, legacy. We do a lot of legacy videos that showcase basically people have been in business a long time and they're changing generationally. Mm-hmm. So they want to put that on record, what they've done, so that people know, customers appreciate it, but also future generations can see exactly what they did to make the business prosper and hopefully help other businesses as well. So
can you give them some tips on how to get started? For most of us, this seems like a really complicated process. How do you find someone? How do you develop concepts? Mm-hmm. How do we go about doing this?
Well, it starts off with like a meeting first, which basically what we do is get the copy points. So basically we have to go in and basically be your business. We have to live what you do. Because if you do it every day, it becomes just normal activity.
You mean you follow me around all day?
Yeah, follow you around, yeah.
Okay.
It's not a spying, but just walking through. Follow you around, ask you questions, things that you may realize or things that you think are important to people. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we talk to customers, that you let us talk to find out more information. Mm-hmm. And in the end, you get a very rounded image of yourself, but also your business. And one thing that I hear a lot is people go, "Hey, I didn't know we were that good. I didn't know we knew like we were talking about, and that doesn't even look like us, but because we were able to capture the essence of what they're about." And like they did this one.
So what seems normal to me may seem exceptional to somebody watching.
Yeah, because
they're not doing it every day.
Yeah, and I'm there as an outsider just looking in on it, and I might notice little things or ask questions. Like we did some video commercial in a car dealership, and I go, "Where does the sun come in at 3:00?" Because that's the time we're supposed to do the recording. Mm-hmm. They go, "Well, you're asking a dumb question like that for?" He says, "Well, because bright lights create ugly shadows, which make cars look horrible." They're like, "I never noticed that." I just want to take a look. It's certain time of the year, they're really bad.
Yeah.
So you have to, what time is trash pickup? If you do a shoot outside and you're recording this, suddenly a truck comes in, what kind of noises. Mm-hmm. That's not good. Because you have that time allocated with the business owner, and you're like, what am I going to do?
I thought this great production engineer like you could edit all that kind of stuff out.
You can only do so much. Okay? It's like images, you can only do so much. Uh-huh. I hear, thin me out, all those common things. And what do you think the most common reaction people get after they've been recorded on video or audio for the first time? What do you think that, for instance, they say?
Oh my God, do I really look like that?
Oh, that's one of them, yeah. That's not me. I don't sound like that.
I know. I hate listening to myself on the voicemail message.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
sound like me.
Yeah, well, but it is you.
Yeah, it
Because
is. It is.
you
So
hear-
I guess you get used to it
Yeah.
once you watch yourself
You
for a
you
while.
hear yourself the way you hear yourself. Also, most people see themselves in a mirror. You don't see yourself 180 image, you know. So they're like, they see themselves. That's my good side. You heard that? This is my good side. I'm like, you know. So you got that thing you got to
I
get
don't know.
through.
I don't think I have a good side, but
What do you think? Let's do a vote. Which side is good for you?
this side, this side. No, I kind of like straight on.
Really?
So you're going to follow me around for a day or
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
kind of get to know the business,
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
know what we do, how we do it. So, but then when we actually start putting this together, how much time do I allocate? Do I spend weeks with you with cameras?
And no matter how nice you are, I don't want to spend weeks with you. All right? Because you got a job to do, and I got videos to edit and make little movies and things. So okay. Once we write a script, whether it's a complete script or a guidance script where we have certain key points you have to say, other ones you just ad lib. So once that is all in place, that should take about 2 weeks if you really concentrate on it. Because one of the problems business owners have, especially small, is they come in, they want to meet with you, but a customer comes in. So they're like, oh, hold on. You know, I'm like walking around, hold on, one more, I got another thing, because we never want to come in and disturb the sale. All right? No matter how tempting it is, and you're supposed to be there for 4 hours, you don't want to disrupt the sale. Because you're there to help the business owner. You're not there to disrupt their business, their lifestyle. And you want them to lose a customer, especially if they're a new client, because you were harassing them to do another take on the video, on the video and movie, and they lose that customer who could be thousands of dollars. It's like, you just lost like a big bunch of your budget and they're mad at you.
Right.
So you have to respect that. So you have to know that, but you have to also, we go and we tell them, we want your cell number, we want you to be able to reach you anytime. We want to be able to tell them, lock this time period down. Whatever it is, whatever you have to do, get someone to cover for you. If you want to do it right, because if they do that, it's tough for them to come back in and get in the mood again of what they're doing, whether it's a serious statement or being funny. And then you can't really cut that together because they go like, I'm really excited to be here. And then, it's like when you cut those pieces together, people say, there's something wrong there. Like, what happened to that guy? He was all happy and now he's like, it's not, you can only do so much with that. So you have to tell them, okay, do it again, but I know you're having a horrible day, but you got to overlook that and do it.
Right.
But
right.
The best thing is we try to capture what I call the heart and soul of the person as it comes out, when they naturally say things that they really mean and understand. Because you can't write. These days, there's so much video, people know when you're faking it.
So there are big jobs, there are small jobs,
Yes.
there are big companies with big budgets, there are small companies that don't have a lot of money. Is this affordable for the small company? Can they do something to get some video on their website to help them with their
Yes.
business?
Well, it's funny to mention a website, because the old days there was you buy TV time, very expensive. You buy cable time, which is still fairly expensive. But now you've got, and you had a tape. You could say, party, look what I did. Now you can put on social media everywhere. So not just YouTube, on Facebook, whatever the current thing is going to be, because there's new ones popping up all the time. And so it's a way. Someone must be calling us right now. So,
Not me. My phone is in the...
so what I like to say is a video with Premiere Media isn't expensive, it's priceless. You like that?
Yes,
it is.
yes,
Because
yes,
it's
yes.
priceless to the person who has it made for them. And you can't really lock down the price. I would work with, and our people work with exactly what the person's budget is. And we don't say, well, because they want to spend so much money and someone can spend thousands more, we're going to make it cheap. We don't do that, because the technology is there. And in the end, it's the person behind the scenes, behind the camera, puts it together, and everything is a story if you look in life. Whether it's a commercial, whether it's a video, a bio, it's a story, and it's a story that sells. And if you don't capture the heart and soul of the person, no matter how good the story is, it's not going to happen. You've seen movies probably that have the best actors in the world, total flop, and you got nobody and makes $500 million. They're like, why? Why do you go there?
Right.
Word of mouth?
Right.
You heard a good thing. It's
Yeah.
a good time. I'm going to go there. I don't care about the actors. It's just going to enthrall me and keep me interested. And I'll tell my friends to go see it.
Yeah. So one of the things that I do a lot is that I'm always trying
You
to
do
learn.
something?
I do a lot, but
Yeah.
but I'm always trying to learn how to do new things. So, like, I may want to learn how to cook something or how to fix something, and there is a YouTube video
Yes.
for everything you want.
Yes.
And how effective are those at promoting business? Because a lot of our members have these really great skills, and
Yeah.
are those things that they could share and develop traffic through that?
Yes, they can. They should publicize in other media as well. Whatever if they're guests on the show, they should say if they have a Facebook. And the good thing is, once you have the video or movie produced, YouTube currently is free. You can put it out there. Facebook is free. Although you can boost it and spend extra money to target an audience, but just to put it out there doesn't cost anything once you have the product in hand.
So what does boosted mean?
Boosted means you pay and you say, okay, I want to reach, like the Gateway Chamber would want to reach everyone within 50 miles of Elizabeth. So you go and they know where you are and say, I want to reach 50 miles of Elizabeth. You could say, I want to reach business owners. I want to reach new business owners. I want to reach female business owners, minority business owners. So you target that and then you say, I want to throw in $200 in that. And it'll show you. For $200, you can reach, for one day, it'll reach this much. So basically, it's very targeted, and then it gives you the demographics on it.
Wow.
The analytics, as it's called, to see who's watching it, what age, what city, how long they're watching it. And you can actually see on YouTube and Facebook, like if they're watching it and suddenly we started to do a little dance, crazy yoo-hoo dance, you would
Not
actually...
me, you can do that.
Well, you can do what you do. You got lots of talents.
Hey, I have an image I want to present.
Yeah, I know, but you got talents, other talents. You play instrument?
No.
No? Okay. Well, you can talk about your adventures in around the world, because you're a very traveled man, I understand. So, as you saw in the video earlier, you've been in a lot of places and done a lot of things. And how long have you been with the Chamber, by the way?
So I've been here 23 years.
23 years.
Yeah, long time.
Wow.
Longest live chamber exec in the state of New Jersey.
Well, and the Chamber's been around over 100 years.
Yes.
So you've been like 20% of the time? Wow.
Almost, but let's not even go there. I'm asking the questions this time.
No, I'm just...
So I want to talk a little bit about feedback, because I have videos that you've produced on my website, and people comment on them all the time. Really like them, and they've been a great way to give information on a new program, new activity that we're doing. But what kind of feedback are you getting from your customers on the videos that they're putting up?
Well, they like the fact that, especially that I've been on it, people come in and say, I saw you. They like the fact that they see people say, I didn't know that about you. I didn't know you did this beyond just being that person in that business. You do fishing, you do certain games you play, you're on the local team, support the local teams, and they're like, that's fabulous, because then they have another connection. Like, oh, I didn't know you go there. You're a Yankee fan. They talk about that. So it gives them another connection. But it's the biggest one is when they look at themselves and they go, man, I didn't know we were that good. We really look like we know what we're talking about. That's the biggest thing. And it's like an eye-opener for them, because they get to see the impact they're making on the customer, and with the customer. And that's very good feeling if you're a business owner, that you work so hard and then people come back and say, hey, Jim, I didn't know you were in these parts of the world and you did that, because all we see is you come up and give the speeches at the annual meetings or the mayor's meetings, and like, I didn't know you went to
Right.
Singapore.
Oh, I lived in Singapore, the Middle East, kind of all over.
Around the world, yes.
So last question. You've been in business for a decade now, a little bit more. What advice do you have for people who want to become a business owner, or who are business owners and are always looking for insights into how to do things better?
Well, I mean, no matter what you do, that's right here everywhere, is that you got to love what you do. So if you're going to be going into business, make sure it's something you're very knowledgeable about. Make sure it's something that you're willing to last, even though income might not be coming in, because there's lots of ups and lots of downs. Like the moment you feel everything's going to be great, all these people signed up, and suddenly for some reason they cancel. And then you if you go feel yourself down, and suddenly you get 4 phone calls and I need it done tomorrow, and you're like, I can't handle everything. It's like you got to get used to that. So that's one of the toughest things to overcome. And you have to have some financing to go through those periods, because if you don't, you're going to go into depression and not want to do stuff and think the world's going to end for you, and that's it. So,
right. So kind of a feast or famine.
yeah, that's very tough to get used to, people. You know, it's a but you have to believe in the product. You have to be able to talk about it instantly. You can't go from, tell me about this. You can't go, okay, well, it works like this and it runs fast. You have to be able to go into it or have a good story to tell to kind of divert from that until you get the information. I'll get back to the specifics. You hear that a lot. Like, I know, but we have the information back in the office, but I'll get back to you. But you have to then understand that they expect you to call them back. Don't call them back a month later and, hey, have a nice conversation. Do you remember that? I'm like, well, I already had 4 people come in yesterday and I'm already done. You're like, well, what happened? So if you build an expectation, move on that expectation quickly and give them more than what they expect always. Like if I tell a person it's going to be 3 hours and it takes 5, it's not my fault because they're customers. I always say it'll be 5 hours. If I'm done an hour and a half, they're happy.
Right.
They're like, wow, it's easier. And they'll tell other people that I thought like I had all these issues, problems. I thought it was going to take forever. Boom. So build the expectation and meet it.
So one of the things that we like to do, getting into that, how do you develop credibility, is that we are big believers in testimonials.
Yes.
And do you do testimonials for people? Can you do that as a video so that that their potential client can feel comfort because there's someone else that has used them?
Well, it's testimonials, but more important because of like YouTube, I have hundreds, thousands of commercials on YouTube. A lot of them are public, but a lot more aren't public because they don't want that information out there. Specific little niche industries. But I have permission to show it to a client. So if I have to, I'll personally say, here it is. Because in the old days it was like, oh, have you done a commercial for a grocery store? It's like, well, yeah, but I don't know where the tape is. Let me tell you about it. So like, if you go, okay, is this what you mean? They're like, because a lot of times people don't know what they want. They go, well, it's up to you. I said, well, but I can't because it goes back to find out about their business because they think like you're just magically going to do something for them because you're here. Like I did a course years ago, a CBS lighting course, and they said, there's a lighting director, there's a shadow director, and the other one, so they come in, if you're a director, you've got to come in with this halo around you. Like they think you're like this magic wizard, you're going to do it all. You can, but you have to gather that information and then put it back at them. So it's very, you have to be one with them. Right. And they have to trust you, what you're going to do.
Well, this has been some really great advice. Thank you, Kaz. And I want everybody to check out Kaz Bielen, president of Premier Media and Kaz TV, and get your own video produced. Because as Kaz says, a video by Premier Media is not expensive. It's priceless. Kaz, how can people contact you?
Kaz TV, that's CAZTV at yahoo.com. Why? Because my name is Kaz and I do TV primarily. Although now it's changing to videos and movies, but people still know it as TV is still TV. So that's one big way to do it. Plus other social media, just type in Kaz TV into Google. You get tons of videos and information, all the other media outlet resources I'm at. And it's been a pleasure being here with you, Jim. And,
it's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Kaz Bielen, President of Premier Media, thank you for being our special guest today.
Thank you.
For info and lots of other business videos, go to the gatewaychamber.com website, our YouTube channel, Facebook, and many other social media outlets. Until next time, I'm Jim Coyle, wishing you only success. And I'll see you next time right here on Inside Business TV.